We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest Glee songs to sing. For this list, we'll be looking at covers featured on this Fox series that would be challenging for even the most experienced of singers to master. Which song do you think is the toughest to nail? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Fix You.
I wish I could make things better for you. I just don't know how.
Mr. Shu sings to Emma as she copes with her discriminatory and unsupportive parents' behavior after they meet him for the first time. This track comes right out of the gate with high notes to hit, and Will doesn't hold back in singing his heart out, with the rest of the Glee Club eventually backing him.
When you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse?
It's an emotional display, to say the least, and it can't be achieved unless the vocalist is prepared to completely indulge himself into the grief the number demands.
Tears stream down on your face. I promise you that I will learn from my mistakes.
The original song was co-written by Coldplay's falsetto frontman Chris Martin for his then-partner Gwyneth Paltrow. She was in several episodes of Glee, which provides a connection that makes this sorrowful showing even more relevant. Number 9, Total Eclipse of the Heart. After the infamous Run Joey Run debacle in Season 1, Rachel has to face the music with Puck, Finn, and especially Jesse. This leads to a stunning rendition of Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart that's primarily helmed by Rachel and ultimately Jesse, though Finn and Puck participate as well.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round.
Turn around.
Every now.
The former two even dance out their angst. Kudos to you if you can learn the moves and the vocals at once. To say we have chills watching would be an understatement.
Turn around, right eye.
Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart.
Total Eclipse of the Heart is an impassioned ballad, and isn't for beginners, especially since you have to match that intense feel. Thankfully, all the vocalists do a remarkable job nailing the ranges needed in this masterpiece.
There's nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the heart.
Number 8, Chandelier.
Party girls, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? I push it down, push it down.
The Season 6 iteration of the Glee Club doesn't always get the attention it deserves, but we need to spotlight the pure skill on display in this number by the girls. Kitty, Jane, and Madison share the spotlight, and all three are able to show off their musical range and performance abilities.
I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier.
Even Spencer swinging on a literal chandelier and Myron recreating the real-life music video in the audience can't draw away from the rendition itself. This is one of Sia's greatest songs to date, and it demands quite a combination of theatrics and powerful vocals, meaning it is incredibly difficult to master effectively. Hats off to these ladies. Number 7, My Man. Let us start by saying this is not your everyday tune. Rachel auditions to be the soloist at Nationals with this song in Season 2, and she proclaims that it's the most complex number she's ever attempted.
Hi, my name is Rachel Berry, and I'll be singing the most difficult song I've ever sung.
If Rachel Berry says something's difficult, you know it must be. It's an emotional number that starts almost as a whisper and transforms into a booming ballad that leaves her in tears and us in awe.
Oh, he'll never know. All my life is just despair, but I don't care.
It is, of course, well known for being sung by Barbra Streisand in the Funny Girl movie, so it shouldn't be surprising that Rachel slays it. Only the most skilled performers can, after all. Number 6. Defying Gravity. Defying Gravity sets the tone for every diva off in the series. It's first performed by Rachel and Kurt to determine who should sing it in competition, and a big deal is made about its high F.
I think I'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity.
You don't need to be a music aficionado to realize just how high a note that is, and how challenging it is to get right. And that's saying nothing of how emotional the orchestral show tune is. We hear it again in the 5th season, and we're once again blown away by its intricate, powerful nature.
Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity.
For context, its original performers were Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, 2 of the most talented, prolific singers out there, in the musical Wicked. In other words, beginners need not apply.
And you won't bring me down, bring me down.
Number 5, And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going. Mercedes sings this one in a bid to prove she deserves to be a soloist at the New Direction's first sectionals.
And I am telling you, I'm not going.
Unsurprisingly, she leaves both herself and the audience of her fellow Glee Club members breathless. The track was notably performed by Jennifer Holliday in the Broadway musical Dreamgirls, for which she won a Tony, and by Jennifer Hudson in the film, for which she earned an Oscar. So we can only assume that Mercedes would have led the New Directions to victory had she been able to perform it in competition. Everything from the lung capacity to the pure fiery passion the ballad demands makes it an absolute beast to conquer. But when it's done right, there's little else like it. Number 4. Dream On. Neil Patrick Harris guest stars as Will's old foe Brian Ryan in this episode, which means we get big vocals.
Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes.
Will and Brian sing a duet of Aerosmith's Dream On, and they're incredible, despite neither of them sounding like Steven Tyler. They don't miss a beat, with their voices soaring to heights only pros can achieve.
Say it with me if it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
And they do all that without sacrificing the rocker attitude and style that really brings the number to life. Don't be fooled by how effortless it seems. This is a tricky tune. After all, most of us could only dream of hitting a final note that high, for that long, that perfectly. It's fitting considering dreams are a big part of the plot in this one. Number 3. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. In yet another spine-tingling performance, Mercedes sings at a carousel in New York while she ponders the fate of her future with Sam.
And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired.
The late, great Aretha Franklin was deservedly known as the Queen of Soul, meaning you can't just take on her songs without thorough preparation. Mercedes, of course, isn't your run-of-the-mill vocalist.
I just wanna be close to you, you make me feel so alive.
You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman isn't her first Aretha cover, but it deserves endless praise as she proves she's got the vocal chops to be one of the musical greats. It includes some seriously high notes and vocal runs that only someone as gifted as Mercedes could nail, making it perfect for her, and anyone who's looking for a challenge.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
Number 2. I Will Always Love You. We can't help but notice that some of the most challenging songs featured on the show are sung by Mercedes. This one is no exception, as she reveals her feelings for Sam after breaking things off.
And I will always love you.
We hardly think watching her perform so flawlessly would soften the blow, though. Her vocals are stunning as she belts out the Whitney Houston version of the Dolly Parton original.
Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need.
She has the sweet, trembling voice of Parton mashed with the powerhouse vocals that Houston was known for. Somehow, Mercedes manages to make singing I Will Always Love You look like a breeze, despite it having one of the most recognizable and challenging choruses ever.
And I will always love you.
For that, she deserves major props. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Don't Rain on My Parade. Whether it's Rachel or Santana singing, this intense tune is a breathtaking showcase of vocal prowess.
Hey, Mr. Ornstein, here I am.
Take On Me. That chorus is no joke.
Take me up. I'll be gone
In a day or two.
I Want to Know What Love Is. A chill-inducing ballad you need to invest your whole being into.
I wanna know what love is. I wanna know. I want you to show me.
Faithfully. Rachel and Finn's voices meld together as they sing this difficult ballad, but those notes aren't for the faint of heart.
I'm still yours. Faithfully.
Listen, unless you're a pro belter, beware before taking this one on.
If you told, if you listen to the song here in my heart.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bohemian Rhapsody. One of the most difficult tracks sung in the series also takes place during one of the most memorable and bizarre sequences. During regionals in the Season 1 finale, Vocal Adrenaline goes all out with a Bohemian Rhapsody cover that's seriously impressive.
Send shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time.
Jesse leads his Glee Club to victory with this iconic Queen track, and he nails the expansive vocals with the rest of the members harmonizing and dancing flawlessly. Freddie Mercury had one of the most impressive vocal ranges in musical history, and this eclectic rock number in particular has a lot going on.
Magnifico! I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
So it's no small feat to do it justice, but we can honestly say that Jesse St. James makes everyone proud.
Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.